Okay, my fellow tubers, today I received from Amazon my tune-up kit, which includes new spark plugs, but I already changed my spark plugs. Spark plugs that are in there right now are brand new. Brand new set of points with a condenser, wiring, distributor cap, and dust cover for the distributor cap. So we'll be setting this up, and we'll see what that gives, because if you guys remember on the last video, I think that these two were not firing. We were just running on these two right here. So we're gonna get those two fired up. I would like to fix this guy, see what that's all about. It doesn't work. I'd like to change this key socket because I don't have a key for it, and I tried to find one and I can't find one. And this amp gauge doesn't work, so I gotta fix that. Let's change the points, the cap, and the wiring. I wonder if I get one of these locking, we'll see. This has got like a little clips here. Oh, aren't they nice? A cancer warning. So nice of them. Look at that. I get 2 feeler gauges. And I know that the manual calls for 25 thou. This is 15 and this is 25. Cool. They don't supply this little guy though. So I'm gonna have to reuse this one. I was concerned about this condenser. I guess it wouldn't have worked if it was no good, but I'm glad I got a new one. I mean, they weren't bad, but new was better. Right. Okay. I'm going to crank it over until we get to this lobe here, right in the middle of the point plastic thing. Any one of them. Right there. Might not be right dead on. Let's just let's give it another little bump. Right there. Put our 25 thou feeler gauge in there. Very nice. Lock it in. I think we're going to put a bit of grease here. So it says align with oiler. This is the oiler. So these new wires are pretty tight. I really have to push them in. Check this out. Well, I think I showed it to you already. That's where the thermostat is. I gotta get it out because I don't think it's working. So here's the thermostat. I'm gonna try and revive it. It doesn't look bad, but I know it doesn't work, so I'm gonna try and revive it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Get it going for about 10 minutes. We'll come back to that. Apparently my microphone wanted to take a break. So I'm gonna weld this with some plumbing stuff. See if that'll hold. So I've tested this out with a blowtorch and it seems to operate correctly. So all of this lighting system is fixed and ready to go. So we'll move on to other things. This amp meter does not work, so we'll see if we can fix it, but it doesn't look good. So I picked up this gauge today. As you can tell, it's used. It's not the original gauge. The guy told me it was, but I know it wasn't. So we're gonna set it up because I'm gonna find and buy an original one eventually. We'll just set this one up. Hopefully it works. I mean, it looks old, so it goes with the tractor. If I could find a key that fits in here, that'd be great. Today's mission, this guy. This is the generator. So when I test it, first of all, I get nothing out of here. And it only tests 6 volts here, and it should be, you know, higher than that for it to charge. So we're gonna take it off. There's one bolt here. And then underneath, I don't know, maybe not, or maybe this one here. So we'll get it off, and then I'll take you inside with me. Kind of smells a little bit toasted in there. It's a little bit black also. This one doesn't look bad. I mean, we're gonna clean it up, but it doesn't look that bad. Okay, we're gonna go and get the specs on these things. Find out we'll find out if this is still good. I'll be back. So here's what that looks like, and according to the specs, it should be at 3.2 ohms, the bobbin inside here, the coil. So I checked the resistance here from there to there. I got 3.4, 3.3, so that's good. It's not burnt out at all. It smells burnt, but it's not. So this is good. We'll just clean that out. So my brush length is a minimum of 400. So if I take it there to there, I got 850. So I'd say that these things are good. What about the other one? Yeah, it's basically the same thing. They have to be free. See, 850, 852. So that's good. So with a test light, all right, so I throw some juice here. I put my test light on here, and if it turns on, then it's no good. This whole thing's no good. See, so it's good. So this is all good. See? So it's not grounded. We're good with that. What I'm trying to achieve here, this is where the generator goes. So I'm just going to rub it down with some SOS pad, this type of thing, with the blue soap on it, because it just softens it out, removes what it needs to remove, but it keeps the patina, you know. I got this off the Vice Grip Garage. Derek does this with his old cars, and it's really, it does a nice finish. So I cleaned off all of the generator this way. Then I'm gonna rub it with some linseed oil to give it a protection. See, it kind of brings the color back. I want to keep the vintage look of this tractor. I don't want to repaint it and, you know. Because if you're going to repaint it, you may as well just take the whole thing apart and completely restore it. And that's not where I want to go with it. So I like to use linseed oil. It offers some protection and a nice little shine, and I dropped it all over my shoes, so that'll be shiny and protected. Man, this stuff is not cheap. I was surprised to see that this little container, 25 bucks. This used to be like the cheapest furniture finishing product available, and now all of a sudden it's super expensive. I don't know. So this is what I like to do with it. I mean, I'm not going to put it on the engine because it'll just melt away. But this stuff actually hardens up, almost like a clear varnish, you know? So, keeps the metal protected somewhat and nice and shiny. So we keep that vintage look. I'll put some on. What the hell? Yeah, so when this stuff dries, it dries like a furniture finish, like a varnish. That's it. Yeah. Right there, man. Beautiful. Let's get the bracket on. One precaution about this stuff is that if you leave rags like this in a ball with this stuff on, it'll catch fire. And I know it's hard to believe, but it's happened to me. When I was a younger man, I used to do furniture refinishing, and I would do some office furniture rejuvenation at night. And on my way back home, I took all my rags and I just threw them in my box in the back of the truck, in the back of the van. And as I was driving, I noticed that, Jesus, I couldn't see very well. And when I looked in my rear mirror at a car that was coming up, I noticed my van was filled with, ow, God, oh. I got bees. Yeah, so in the back with the headlights, I noticed that my van was filled with smoke. So I pulled over and my box was starting to catch fire. So that's how I know that these things catch fire. So when you're finished, lay them out. Lay them out flat on something, and they'll dry out. You'll see the next day they're going to be stiff. So there's a hole here, right there, and that hole, this pin goes in that hole. Hopefully it's going to work. I'm going to find out a little later because I want to go and pick up some detergent oil. So that we can do an oil change on this thing. And a new belt. I'm going to slap on a new belt. Okay, let me go on my pictures and see what my connections were. So I shot a little bit of super clean in there. I'll get the hose out. All right, so that's a little bit better. Just clean it up with the SOS pad and oil it up. See how it just brings that color right back? Let's clean this breather. Let's see. Okay, so there's no pieces of steel or anything that came out. So I think we're good there. Okay, that's it for this video. Next week we will be changing the 4 tires and doing some repairs here and there, everything that needs to be repaired. We're going to be doing that. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.